Have you actually faced any cultural struggles with me?
Have I faced any cultural struggles? Have I faced any cultural struggles?
No, you haven't.
Hold on. Anyway.
You're a mess. You're a mess.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Welcome back to our channel.
We're back with another struggle of marriage.
Exactly. Can we just give thanks for 1 minute? Because we've gone for the last 3 or so weeks consistently posting a video every single week.
Yes, babe, we did it.
Come on.
Can you keep praying for us that this carries on, guys? Because, the struggle is real.
Real.
So,
speaking of struggles.
Yes. We're talking about cultural struggles today. Thank you to QueenofK. QueenofK, yeah. She asked us to talk about our cultural differences and how we've incorporated that into our marriage. So we thought, that's a good one.
Exactly.
So we're going to talk about it. And just to let you know, I am half Nigerian, half Tanzanian.
You know, she's never fully said half Nigerian, half Tanzanian.
I know.
When for the first probably about 6 months of our relationship, I was like, I'm dating a Tanzanian.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, this other half just came into the picture.
No,
anyway,
the reason is I was raised by my mum. So my sister and I raised by mum. We've been to Tanzania so many times. We speak Swahili, we eat the food. So I really know a lot more about my Tanzanian side. Apart from the fact that I'm Nigerian, I'm Igbo, hey. My Nigerian name's Ngozi, hey. And I like Nigerian food, hey. So that's a bit about me.
So me, I am Ghanaian.
Like you didn't know.
100% through and through. Mum and dad are Ghanaians. Therefore, I am Ghanaian.
Yes.
No dilution whatsoever. I am 100% fully bred Ghanaian.
Do you speak the language, babe? He's British.
Anyway, I understand the language very well. Okay? I don't need to speak. Everyone speaks English though, don't they?
Yeah.
It's a bit of ignorance. But anyway, moving on. Why don't you define what culture is, babe? Because there's a bit of misconceptions out there. So what is culture?
Because people think that culture is just ethnicity. Like, oh, you're Ghanaian, I'm Tanzanian, so that's our culture. But culture is so much more than that. Culture includes your background, your upbringing, everything that is incorporated into your identity. So who I am now. So, I am half Tanzanian and half Nigerian, raised in London. Someone else could be half Nigerian.
Don't lie.
Oh yeah, there was a bit of Leicester in there as well.
Exactly.
But raised in the UK. I could meet someone else who's also half Nigerian, half Tanzanian, raised in the UK. But our cultures could be so different. So let's not think that culture is just our ethnicity. There's so much more to it.
Exactly. So what Annabella is basically trying to say is that before we met, Annabella spent 21 years by herself with her mum and her sister. Okay? So that was, and whatever happened in that environment shaped kind of who she was and who she is. And I spent 22 years with my mom, my dad, and my 2 sisters, and that environment which I was in shaped who I was and who I am. And now we met. And then there's just rubbing of knuckles. You know those painful
friction.
Yeah, friction. Listen to this.
Proper.
And you can see even in the wedding video, my family just came on doing the abaja, the small abaja. And then this one came in with her full, and the roof almost caved in because of the acoustics in the it was mad.
But anyway,
I think that videographer even toned down the li because of how it just almost escalated out of the anyway.
Literally, the Tanzanian and Ghanaian aspect is the least of our problems culturally. So, what is, obviously our ethnicity is really important to us. We're proud of where we've come from and stuff. But considering that culture is a lot more than just ethnicity, have you actually faced any cultural struggles with me?
Have I faced any cultural struggles? Have I faced any cultural struggles?
No, you haven't.
Hold on. Anyway.
You're a mess.
My goodness, my family, we are a small knit. You can actually count the amount of people in our family, and I didn't realize how big Annabella's family was. I really did not know that she had so.
My family's not actually that big. It's just because it's quite small.
She has so many people in her family. Look, the maximum people that would ever come to my house will be like the maximum, not even the maximum people will come. The maximum people, including my immediate family, which is my dad, my mom, my 2 sisters, and myself. That's 5. The maximum people that ever be in my house is 7. Okay. And then there was one time I went to Annabella's.
And that was quite big, you know. Like, do you know what I mean? There's no capacity there.
I went to a baby christening. Look, like this baby did not even know anybody yet. Okay. Please tell me why there were 300 people.
No, there weren't.
At this baby's christening.
It was like 100.
Listen, there was a lot of people, and it was.
So what's that culture? What do you mean?
It was a little bit overwhelming for me because my cultural background was, you know, just small gatherings, you know, don't make too much noise, just lily. It almost hurt my ear at the beginning.
Yeah, but how's that impacted your marriage? How's that a struggle with marriage?
Because, okay, so based on that, the fact that Annabella and I, like Annabella's family is always out and having loads of family gatherings, and mine are always like kind of in smaller groups. When we got married, Annabella always wanted to be out. If she's at home, she gets quite claustrophobic. No. She gets frustrated.
No.
She just gets agitated that she wants to go out. Every weekend at the beginning of our relationship was chock-a-block with meeting people. Whereas I just want to spend my weekends and I just want to chill. Even in the wedding video, her mom and a few friends were supposed to walk out. Then the whole village. The whole village. You know, I love my Tanzanian family. I love them to bits. But then sometimes, you know, my weekends I just want to be able to sit down and I just want to be able to chill. Okay. But then I'm going to Billy's house down the road. I'm going to Bob's house up the street. I am just always moving around, just seeing everybody.
Yeah, that was a struggle, to be fair.
At the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, it was. But for me, guys, like, culturally, if we look at the way that me and Gabe were brought up, it was completely different. So as I said, my sister and I were raised by my mum. So, you know, we were there growing up. My mum was literally working every day. She'd literally drop us at the preschool club. She'd pick us up at the after the after school club. Literally, we were at school from probably 6 till 6.
And my mum, literally, she took me to after school club. And on the first day, they gave me Jacob's crackers. And she was like, no way is my son going to be going to the after school club and they're going to feed him properly. So my mum literally just quit everything and just decided to be a stay-at-home mom and look after my sisters and I.
That is literally amazing. But literally, when I go around to Gable's house, I remember the first time I went round, mate, I thought I was in, what's the film? He was a king in his household, literally.
What's wrong with
Papa, like, I come in, I'm like, what's that smell? Plantain, rice, first course, second course, third course. Like, there was a lot going on. I was like, oh wow, all right then, turn up, yeah? People are coming around. No. Mama D is literally making food for her son. I was like, bro. That's what I caught a glimpse of, like, what the struggle was gonna be like for me when we get married. But, like, you know, bringing trays for him, like, you know, his sister, oh my gosh, Raquel, yes you, his sister, she literally, after he finished his meal one time, she brought water in a bucket, or whatever it's called, in a basin, for him to wash his hands. I was like, they got downstairs bathroom.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh my days. And like, you know, his siblings would like do anything for him. He asked them to get him something and they'll just get it. And it's just like, rah, like damn. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all, but you know, when you feel the burden, you know that's coming your way. But obviously I was praying and I was like, God, you know, he's gonna change as soon as we get married. But obviously that didn't happen because people don't change overnight. so we come to marriage now and my man is waiting on the sofa.
There was no food in my house.
I'd come home after a long day of work and I'd be like, baby, you alright? 5 hours he'd gone without eating. I'm like, there's food in the freezer.
Listen, that's an exaggeration because I have a job as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, true. True. That is an exaggeration, but you know, like, he said there's no food, but there's food in the freezer that he can prepare.
Look, so do you want me to eat pizza? Do you want to eat frozen pizza?
That's the thing, like, I'm happy eating pizza, but Gabriel, growing up, like, he used to have fresh meals made every day for him. And like, even I enjoy, like, when we go to Mama D's, I'm like, yeah. But, you know, for me, in the household, I don't know, it was just a struggle. And when we got married, I'd be like, running to Tesco Express because I just wanted to get some fresh food. The plantain shop had closed, like, it was a struggle. But
I don't eat plantain, you know.
I know. There's a lot of other foods, but I just don't know how to make them yet. So, yeah, that was a struggle for me when we came into marriage and we brought, like, both of our different cultures, me coming from a background where my mum was working all the time and me and my sister were literally making our roast dinners from 12, which was great because I got great work ethics. Like, I work so hard, and I think I got that from my mum. And Gabriel comes from a background where his mum literally sacrificed and said, right, no, you know, I'm gonna stay at home, look after my kids. And he's an amazing man, like, he's a rare guy, and I think that's down to the way that his mum brought him up. But you bring that into marriage and you bring all these different cultures. He's an introvert, I'm an extrovert.
She likes to just be independent and do her thing.
Yeah, so I'm just
she even cooks for herself sometimes and forgets about me. But this independent.
Like that time I made a rap, if you haven't watched our previous struggle, I made a rap for myself. Gabriel's getting emotional because I didn't make him one.
Even today, she made a roast dinner for herself. And left me just having hunger pains. Anyway,
so we're still learning, we're on the journey, but that's just, I don't know, a few examples of like how our cultures have been brought into marriage and just caused us friction, like caused a lot of problems.
What we've learned is that regardless of the cultural backgrounds that we had in our previous households, we have to set the new foundation for our household.
Yeah.
It's like, what does our household look like? Fair enough, my mum used to bring me various meals and all that kind of stuff, which was beautiful. But Annabella,
it's over.
It was beautiful. But Annabella is not able to do so in the same capacity because she's working a full-time job.
Yeah.
We're probably just as busy as each other, and we're always arguing who's busier. But anyway, we're both as busy as each other. So there are times and often where we are a good team. So I'll do the cleaning while Annabella's doing the cooking, or sometimes I'll even do the cooking and Annabella just chilled. We're just constantly just updating how each other are managing life, and then the other one who has a bit more free time will overcompensate for that.
Yeah, and I think, like, you know, when you're bringing your cultures into marriage, it's really important to just have consideration and sacrifice for the sake of the other, because, you know, he can't have the expectation on me to cook all the time when we both have the same schedules, and, you know, I can't expect to go out every weekend because I'm now in a household with my husband and he prefers to stay inside sometimes. So, you know, we have to really understand what works for us in our household.
And kind of having no pride towards that. There's no right way of doing so. Like Annabella, like she said, can't be just going out every single weekend because that's what she's used to. And likewise, I can't stay home every single weekend. Well, I didn't stay home every single weekend, but I can't just.
You would.
Just just stay home and just chill, because it will just not be a problem. So we have to be considerate to one another and do what's best for our relationship and come to some sense of compromise, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's all about compromise in marriage, and, you know, it's all about sacrifice, and someone's got to sacrifice, and it's better when you both sacrifice for each other.
So we hope that regardless of the cultural differences that you may have in your relationship, that you will still find a common consensus for what that looks like in your household. Forget the past and start something new. Get lost in your relationship. We're
creating our own new culture. How do we want to raise our kids? What kind of environment are we trying to set? What's actually right and what's wrong? And I think that, for real, that really helps our relationship. And, you know, on the cultural front, we've really come into some sort of equilibrium. Like, the ways that we used to live before we got married are starting to be diluted, and we're creating our own framework for what works for us.
So regardless of your cultural backgrounds, just find a common consensus for your culture in your household.
Yeah, and it's not going to be easy. There will be times where you get it wrong, you get it right, where you don't want to give up the way that you have done things before, but you need to come to an equilibrium because you're one.
Exactly, and it's truly worth it, isn't it, babe?
So worth it. But anyway, guys.
But don't kill her by squeezing.
But anyway, Anyway.
Peace!
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you next week.
Bye. Hakuna Mungu kama wewe Bwana. Hakuna Mungu kama wewe Bwana. Bwana Yesu.